Alright guys, I am making another boring video today going over my workout. As some of you guys know, I've been suffering from some back injury. I'm assuming my discs just got overworked. They are herniated, my L4 and L5, and it caused inflammation. And when I get inflamed back there in my lower back and hips, I have severe lack of mobility and pain. So stretching, icing, heat, anti-inflammatory and stuff is really the best I can do, but I still like to work out and I still like to push myself. I want to try and push new boundaries. And not being able to do my full range of motion deadlifts and squats really bother me because I feel like I'm losing and I'm going backwards, but in reality I'm not. That's just how my mind works. But I decided to give it a whirl today. I started out with power cleans to get my back fired up, and it just felt weak. I felt quick and strong with my upper back and my lats, just like my lower back and hips just had no power at all. And so I worked up, to I think 235, and it was fine. But I was like, I don't want to push it too hard. So I'll stop there, and then I went into the deadlifts and did some banded deadlifts, and I worked up to 385. And in all honesty, I only felt it when I pulled the bar up to my knees. Off the floor is fine. When I get the bar to my knees is where my piriformis engage, and they couldn't. They really don't fire. I shake, So they're misfiring right now, and that was very frustrating for me. I go from deadlifting 500 to 600 pounds for reps, and I can't pick up 400 pounds even though I had a band pulling me down. But it is what it is, So then I wanted to try and get some hip mobility work in, so I went to do some front squats, and I had the same strength and stability problem in the hole. It just, nothing was firing, and I was even shaking when I was down there, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, this is 135. Well, I decided to try front squat lunges then instead. I was very determined to try to find something that would work, that I could lift heavy and push myself in. So I did front squat lunges, and what do you know? There was no pain. I did just the bar, then I put on 65, doing 2 on each leg, and I was like, if anything, it felt great. So I was like, okay, thank God, I finally got something rolling. So I do 20-pound jumps. I get up to 145, it's feeling really good, and I'm like, okay, weight feels light, everything feels strong. Go to 185, that feels great. Go to 225, that feels great. I'm still doing 20-pound jumps in the meantime, by the way, but I get up to 245, and that feels great. And I'm like, you know what, I've never done 275 before. And I was like, at this point, I was like, what do I have to lose? I was like, it doesn't hurt. So I do 275, and I hit 2 on each leg, and I was like, holy crap, I just PR'd. It was a big lunge PR, especially a front squat lunge. It's not like it's on my back, so the weight's pulling me forward and my core has to stabilize a lot more. And I'm pretty happy at this point. I'm like, oh man, I just turned a bad training day into a good one. And now I'm like, what do I have to lose? I want 3 wheels. I want 315. I throw it on the bar. I get myself hyped up for it and everything. And I got 2 on my right leg, and then I went for the second one on my left leg. So I got the first one, then I went for the second one, and I got about halfway up, maybe 3/4 of the way up. Lost my balance, went forward, the weight pulled me forward, and I had to catch myself with my right leg so I wouldn't dump the weight. So, I got 1.5 or 1 3/4 reps. Either way, I was happy. That was awesome. I turned a bad training day into a great one, and I've had some rough weeks, training and all that, and trying to bounce back. Upper body wise though, I've had some great training stuff. If anything, I PR'd my bench by 5 pounds and whatnot, which is very rare for my upper body to do well. I really suck at the bench. I honestly think I'm going to eventually push jerk or split jerk more than a bench, but that's all besides the point. And I'm just trying to get the squats and deadlifts back, and having a day like today really boosted my self-esteem. I feel like I can keep taking that same approach and building off of it, and then maybe in a week or 2 I can be back to full range of motion squats and deadlifts. So that's my rant. I hope that kind of maybe helps some of you guys, maybe with some injury and stuff, not to give up, not to quit. And I want to let you guys know that you really just get mentally tougher, mentally better during these times, and you have to strategize better. That's the worst part, but it's also a really good thing, because if you can get mentally stronger in any sport, it doesn't matter what sport it is, then you can go so much further. It's just really tough to back down sometimes, especially if you're a competitive person. I know I'm very competitive. it's hard to back down, and you want to keep pushing, you want to keep making those gains. But if you're hurt, you're hurt. You got to find something else. So that's what I've been doing. I'm glad, the lunges and stuff worked out for me today. Maybe some of you guys that are suffering through injury and stuff can maybe learn from this video too and get better as well and stronger mentally and physically. But thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, The Basement Jim Valant, and on Facebook, The Basement Fitness Center. All right. Thanks for watching.